Imagine creatures that thrive not on land or sea, but on the very motion of planets themselves, feeding on the cosmic dance of celestial bodies. These beings have never known gravity as we do, never touched a surface, never breathed an atmosphere. Their existence is as mysterious as it is mesmerizing, until one day, an alien intruder disrupts their eternal harmony, sparking a desire that will change the fate of their kind forever. In the vast, silent expanse of space, far beyond the reach of human eyes, there existed beings of pure energy and thought, creatures that thrived on the motion of planets. These orbital entities, as they might be called, lived in the delicate layers of space that wrapped around planets, where magnetic fields met tidal forces and inertia created an invisible boundary. They were both parasites and architects, feeding on the kinetic energy of the planets they orbited, drawing sustenance from every shift in orbit, every gravitational pull, every collision with an asteroid. To them, planets were living, breathing entities, and the dance of orbital dynamics was a symphony they could conduct and savor. For eons, these beings had existed in harmony with their planetary hosts, their civilization a complex tapestry of orbits and gravitational forces. They had no need for solid ground or physical forms. Their essence was intertwined with the very fabric of space and motion. They communicated through subtle shifts in gravitational fields, their language a delicate ballet of forces that only they could understand. Their society was built on the principles of harmony and balance, each being playing its part in the grand cosmic dance. Their homes were not structures of stone or metal, but intricate patterns of gravitational waves, carefully crafted to resonate with the motion of their planetary hosts. These patterns were passed down through generations, each one a testament to the skill and artistry of the orbital beings. They had no need for material possessions, for their existence was one of pure energy and thought. Their memories were etched into the very fabric of space, a living history of their civilization. But one day, an alien intruder entered their system. It was a massive alien object, unlike anything they had ever encountered. It moved with purpose and precision, capturing an orbit and disrupting the delicate balance of gravitational forces. The orbital beings watched in awe and confusion as this foreign entity wove its way through their carefully crafted symphony, introducing a dissonance that threatened to unravel their harmonious existence. The intruder was a construct of metal and technology, a creation of a distant civilization that had sent it forth to explore the cosmos. It was equipped with advanced instruments and sensors, designed to study the celestial bodies it encountered. But to the orbital beings, it was a mystery, a puzzle that defied their understanding. One of the orbital beings, more curious and daring than the rest, decided to follow the intruder. This being, whom we might call Orbitar, had always been fascinated by the subtle nuances of gravitational forces. As Orbitar trailed the alien object, it began to understand something profound. The intruder was not just a mindless wanderer. It had a purpose, a design. It was not merely feeding on the motion of the planets, but manipulating it, bending the forces of gravity to its will. Orbitar observed and learned. It saw how the intruder could alter its trajectory, adjust its speed, and even influence the orbits of other celestial bodies. This was a revelation. For the first time, Orbitar realized that it, too, could do more than just feed on the motion of planets. It could change it, shape it, and perhaps even create something entirely new. A desire ignited within Orbitar, a longing that had never before existed in their kind. It wanted to create its own planet, with an orbit perfectly attuned to its own needs and desires. This was unheard of, a radical departure from the eternal harmony that had defined their existence. But the idea took root, growing stronger with each passing moment. Orbitar began to experiment, using its newfound knowledge to manipulate the gravitational forces around it. It started small, making subtle adjustments to the orbits of asteroids and comets. It observed the effects, learned from its mistakes, and refined its techniques. The other orbital beings watched in astonishment and fear. They had never seen one of their own act in such a way, and the disruption to their harmonious existence was unsettling. But Orbitar was undeterred. He continued to push the boundaries of what was possible, driven by a vision of a new world, a world of its own creation. He gathered like-minded beings, those who were also curious and daring, and together they began to weave a new symphony, one that was not just a reflection of the existing cosmic dance, but a bold new composition. As they worked, they encountered resistance. The more traditional beings, those who valued the eternal harmony above all else, saw Orbitar's actions as a threat. They tried to intervene, to restore the balance that had been disrupted. But Orbitar and his followers were determined. They believed in their vision, in the possibility of a new existence, one in which they were not just passive feeders, but active creators. In the end, Orbitar succeeded. It created a new planet, a celestial body with an orbit perfectly attuned to its own needs and desires. It was a world born not from the random collisions of cosmic debris, but from the deliberate, purposeful actions of a being who had dared to dream. And as Orbitar and his followers settled into their new home, they looked out at the vast expanse of space, knowing that they had not just created a new world, but a new future for their kind. The traditionalists, too, came to understand the significance of what had been achieved. They saw that the harmony they had cherished was not a static, unchanging state, but a dynamic, evolving symphony. And in that realization, they found a new appreciation for the dance of the cosmos, a dance that was not just a source of sustenance, but a canvas for creation. And so the orbital beings continued to thrive, their civilization a testament to the power of curiosity, innovation, and the desire to create. They were no longer just feeding on the motion of planets, but architects of their own destiny, weaving a new symphony in the vast, silent expanse of space. The new planet, born of Orbitar's vision, became a beacon of hope and inspiration for the orbital beings. It was a world where the principles of harmony and balance were not just preserved but enhanced, where the dance of gravitational forces was a living, evolving art form. And as the orbital beings continued to explore and create, they knew that their journey was far from over. For in the infinite expanse of the cosmos, there were endless possibilities waiting to be discovered, endless symphonies waiting to be composed. And so the story of the orbital beings became a legend, a tale of curiosity and courage, of harmony and innovation. It was a story that would be etched into the very fabric of space, a living testament to the power of the cosmic dance and the beings who dared to dream.
Signal from X-42 lost. Archive preserved. Subscribe will activate the next transmission. A like confirms the life cycle. Your comment is the code for the next decryption.